Test, test, test. Thank you for letting me know, my brother. I appreciate that. That's my bad. Usually I test out the audio before I even start, and for some reason I didn't do that today. Thank you. Let me know if this works. That's my bad. That's my bad, guys. So okay, so we know that we're trading now between this 30-minute high. We have 3 days of rise already, so I'm looking for a pullback. We have no continuations in the 4-hour time frame, no continuations in the daily time frame, right? We're still just waiting for this price to turn around a little bit, right? Get a little pullback before we can continue to look for a trade. So EA is looking good, right? Right now, EA is the best one on our watch list for next week, but also for this week, but also for next month. EURCAD, we're in V1. We're in the first zone of consolidation, looking for that second push to the top side. But before we could get that second push to the top side, very similar to AU, right? We know we have a gap here at the bottom of the market. We also know that we still don't have a clean and clear break of structure of our zone of consolidation, right? In a lower time frame, when we go to the 4-hour time frame, this zone of consolidation where price is just moving sideways, we know that we're looking for price to break above or below the zone to let us know where price wants to go, right? We've rejected highs, went low, rejected highs, went low, right? And again, we've rejected these lows once again and started the uptrend, the uptrend push, right? And we know that we have no continuations here either. We have a week of no net where price was just moving sideways here, which is all good, no worries. And in the 30-minute time frame, what do we want to see? Well, we had lower lows and lower highs. We finally had a higher high change of character. Did we have a break of structure? We did here. Right? It's a clean break of structure. We had a day of rise, and then we ended up on Friday with a no net. So I'm gonna mark it this way, and we know we're trading between this 30-minute high up here, these 30-minute lows over here. EURCAD just gonna give it another day or two to kind of understand where price wants to go. Give it some time to breathe. You know, again, does price want to start going down, right? This is the thought process that I have behind this, so you guys could kind of see. Give me 1 second, guys. My sister's calling. Alright, I'm back. My bad. I can hear you now. Alright, perfect. Yeah, that's my bad, my brother. I over the weekend too, I had my PC fixed, like optimized, and there's a lot of settings that I had to change, and yeah, my audio just wasn't being picked up. I forgot to change the setting back, so that's my bad. Just my network is slow. It's all good. Let me know if you need me to go back into anything and repeat something that you probably missed. Just let me know. No worries. So my thought process behind EURCAD, as you guys can see here, just what I had drawn out, right? So we're in a situation where pretty much I'm no longer looking at this, right? So we could delete this. Why am I no longer looking at this? Well, because now we're in a zone of consolidation, right? So I'm gonna delete this as well. So at this point, there's only two things that could happen, right? There's literally only two things that could happen. We're either gonna get a break of the low, right, to do something like this, or we're gonna get a break of the highs to do something like this, and then give us a pullback to give us that closure of the gap, right? And then again, once price gets down to these gaps, we'll see the same thing going to the top side. So at this point, right, now that we have an understanding, like, okay, price could do this, right? Let's talk about it in the internal time frames, right? Well, at this point, what would I want to see, right? Personally, what I would want to see would be the first break of the lows to fill this gap up to then continue that uptrend push. However, at this moment, what it looks like price wants to do is give us that break of the highs first and then give us a pull back down into the gap. So that's pretty much what I'm waiting for, and the confirmations are just gonna happen, right? We already know, okay, we have a double bottom at the bottom of the zone consolidation. The only thing we don't have yet is that break of the neckline. Once we got the break of the neckline and a retest, we know that we could take this trade back up to these highs, right? The same way we did here, the same way we did here, the same way we did here, right? Every single time is the same thing, right? You had a break of the neckline, retest, right? You had a break of the neckline, retest. You had a break of the neckline, retest every single time, right? And to go where? Back to the top, back to the top, back to the top, right? So just understanding that the moves of the markets are always going to happen again and again and again. They're not always going to look the same. Take a sip of water. Sorry about that, guys. Right? They're not always going to give you the same patterns. They're not always going to give you the same candlesticks, right? They'll switch it up. But it's always very similar movements. Very similar. Right? This double bottom looked perfect in the 4-hour. This double bottom looked perfect in the 30-minute. This double bottom looked perfect in the 30-minute. The one that we're in right now looks perfect in the 4-hour. And everything lines up. Right? Not only would we break above the neckline of the double bottom, but we also know that we're looking for price to bounce off the 200 EMA, which is the white line that we have here. So we start seeing like, okay, cool, our confirmation is going to be the double bottom, our confirmation is going to be the break, our confirmation is going to be the bounce off the 200 EMA. What more confirmations do we need? Right? So right now for EURCAD, once again, just going to be super patient with these pairs. I'm not going to rush into any trades that we don't have to rush into. We're just going to have to take this very calmly going into this week, but also again, November, election years here in the United States, I'm going to be very cautious taking trades. Same way I was in this month in October. I'm going to be very cautious with my trades. I'm only going to take trades that I'm 100% sure that we're going to win. Right? So, start off with EURUSD. EURUSD, we're in V1. We're in the first zone of consolidation, looking for that second push to the top side. And once again, rejecting highs, going low, rejecting highs, going low, rejecting highs, going low, rejecting highs, going low, rejecting highs again, going back down to the bottom. So right now for EURUSD, I'm just waiting to see price give us the pullback back to the top side. Right, I'm waiting for price to let me know, okay, this is where we're going to push down to. Let's start turning around. Right, and we can see that right now we don't have that. We had 3 weeks of drop. This week, price gave us another push to the bottom, no problem. We had another line here. This is for Sunday 17th. There you go. Right, so no continuations in the 4-hour, no continuations in the daily, in the 30-minute. What are we doing? We're still making lower lows and lower highs, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low. This is a lower high that we made, and then price went right back down to the bottom. Right, gave us a lower high and went whoop, back down to the bottom. No continuations. We still just have a day of drop, which was given on Friday. And let's talk about the engulfing candle that's in the daily time frame. Right, there's a lot of people who messaged me on our group on Friday talking about, oh, we have an engulfing candle in the daily time frame. Once again, every strategy that the market has is all the same. Whether you're trading ICT, whether you're trading order blocks, whether you're trading patterns, whether you're trading harmonic patterns, right? Whether you're trading Fibonacci retracements, whether you're trading candlestick analysis, whatever it is that you're trading is all the same thing. What do I mean by that? There's a common rule with every single strategy you learn. And the more classes you attend, I'm not speaking just our sessions, but in general, if you learn from any trader that's actually successful, everybody, you'll see that there's a common sentence, which is there's a time and a place to take a trade, right? However, they don't go into detail because not a lot of people know this, which is why 99% of traders will tell you the number one thing you need to learn is risk management. I agree, risk management is very important. However, there's something more to it than just risk management, which is market structure. Once again, if you get a confirmation, in this case we'll use the example of the engulfing candle, right? Boom, you have an engulfing candle, beautiful engulfing candle, red, red, green. Every candle, the 3 candles, right? The red, red, and the green have bottoms and top wicks. The green candle closed above the body of the first red candle, and we got the retest. Oh, why didn't this work? Well, simple, right? You're looking for confirmations to buy. Before you could even consider getting into this trade going long, before you could consider taking this trade buying, once again, what is market structure doing? Right? We're making lower lows, lower highs. Where did the low break, right? The lows broke over here, lower lows, lower highs, right? Why are we getting into a trade, right? Why are we getting into a trade here going long when we know that we're in a situation that we had a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high in the market structure? And this is where a lot of traders will tell you, right? They'll lose this trade, boom, straight into stop loss, right? Or they're in profit for a little bit, right? Because this also gave you a 30-minute engulfing candle here. So even if you thought, oh my god, there's a daily engulfing, there's a 30-minute engulfing, let's take this trade, boom, you were in profit 16 pips. If you didn't cash out of this trade, you went straight into stop loss. A lot of people will tell you, oh, it's just part of the game. That's why you need risk management. Oh, it's just losing is part of trading. No. That's not the full story. Right? That's not the full story. There's a reason why these engulfing candles didn't work. And the reason why is because of market structure. You're getting into a buying position when price is still giving you lower lows and lower highs. You have to understand that that doesn't make sense anywhere in trading. Right? Forex 101, the first thing you learn in trading, well, the first thing you should be learning in trading is the trend. The trend is your friend. If price is giving you lower lows and lower highs, and you're looking to get into longs before price even shifts the trend, you're gonna lose. You're going to lose. There is no middle ground. There is no, oh, it's 50%. No, you're 100% gonna lose if you're trading against the trend every single time. Every single time. Right? Once again, and I'll draw this out because I like using example. Price is giving you lower lows and lower highs. Right? And let's say again, price gave you a lower high. Boom. If you get into a buying position here, what do you think price is going to do? You think price is just going to continue to go up, or do you think price is going to give you a lower low? It's really that simple. This isn't, it's really not rocket science. It's really not. Are you trading with the trend, or are you trading against the trend? If you're trading against the trend, you already know you're going to lose. Again, we don't have to even ask that question. We don't have to think about it twice. We already know, boom, you're trading against the trend, you're going to lose. So once again, this is why this engulfing candle doesn't work. It's not because the strategy doesn't work, because we could go back. If you guys want to do, again, my back testing has been, this is something I've been trading for 8 years already, right? Let me do the math. 6 years, sorry. 6 years. Been trading the same exact thing for 6 years. The only thing that's new that I learned recently, which recently was 2 years ago now, is the engulfing candles. And I have back testing with these engulfing candles with every single pair in the market in the last 7 years. Right? When I back test, I go back 7 years on my charts, right? So I go back 7 years on my charts, and I start looking at every single engulfing candle. And then the first thing I do is, okay, cool. These are all the engulfing candles. Are these engulfing candles, the first question I ask myself, are the engulfing candles against the trend or with the trend? Boom, if they're against the trend, okay, cool. This is why we're losing these trades, because it's against the trend. So I already know I can't be looking for an engulfing candle. I can't be looking for a bullish engulfing candle when the trend is still bearish, and vice versa. I can't be looking for a bearish engulfing candle when price is still bullish. When can I start looking for my engulfing candles? In continuations, when we're with the trend, and when we're in a point of interest to look for a pullback to continue. Those are the only times I'm able to look for an engulfing candle. Everything else that the market gives you, right? Same shit with the double tops and the double bottoms, right? Why is it that some double tops work and why do some not work? Same thing with the double bottoms. Some work and some don't. It's not because it's a 50-50 game. Because again, if you want to go play a game that's 50-50, please go to a casino, put 50K on black, and let me know how that goes. If you want to go do something that's 50%, go gamble. Trading is not gambling. You either know the rules or you don't know the rules. It's that simple, right? Why do some double tops work? Because you're trading with the trend. Why do some don't work? Because you're trading against the trend, or because you're probably at a higher high, right? That's another thing that people don't look at. If you're trading higher highs and higher lows, and in the higher high, price gives you a double bottom, what do you think price is gonna do? Price has to give you a higher low. It's gonna fake you out and it's gonna make a higher low. It's that simple. Same thing with the lower lows and lower highs. Why are you looking for a double bottom in a lower low when you know price is gonna give you a lower high? And then price is going to go into your direction. And again, people are going to tell you those are the type of traders that lose, and they're going to go ahead and tell their people, their clients, the people who buy their classes and their signals, oh, it's part of the game. You need to have risk management as part of the game. No, no, the trend is your friend. If you do not know market structure, trading it's going to be very difficult for you to have longevity in this game if you do not understand market structure. It's that simple. There is no other way around it. There's nothing easier than market structure. All you're following is the breaks and the retest, the breaks and the retest. That's all you're doing. And if you can't do that in the daily time frame when the candles are literally one candle every 24 hours, you're not going to be able to do it in the 30-minute time frame when each candle is every 30 minutes, or in the 5-minute where each candle is 5 minutes, right? So you guys need to learn market structure. Market structure is the number one thing in trading. It's one of the only things in trading that is always going to be correct. So once again, Euro USD for me, and again, I'm not gonna do these crazy examples every single pair. The beginning of the streams, I like doing it to kind of engage you guys, and so you guys could kind of understand the thought process as to why I'm looking at certain pairs, why I'm not looking at certain pairs. Especially with these engulfing candles, it's very easy to look for engulfing candles, but as easy as it is to look for these candles, you guys have to understand which ones are the correct ones to use and which ones are not, right? Again, very similar to double tops and double bottoms. It's very easy to see double tops and double bottoms, right? Why didn't this double bottom work right here? Why didn't this double bottom work? Where are we trading? It's lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, right? It's that simple. There's nothing more simple than that. So let's see. So no continuations in the 4 hour, no continuations in the 30-minute. We're still making lower lows and lower highs, so just gonna go on to the next one. Again, just gonna keep this one very sweet and simple, guys. Sweet and simple. GA, we're in the V2, we're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third and final push to the top side. Once again, we're at the top of the zone of consolidation. Not the best spot to be in when you're looking for buys, right? Not only that, we have a gap at the bottom of the market. So again, before price could even continue this push to the top side, we need to see price fill that gap up. We also know that we had 3 weeks of rise, this week being the third week. Perfect. I'm not expecting price to continue the push to the top side. I'm expecting price to give me a pullback. And in the 30-minute time frame, price gave us lower low, lower high, lower low, change of character, higher high, higher low, break of structure, higher high, higher low, and this is where price gave us another higher high push to the top side. So GA was really a really good pair going into this week. However, because we had that gap at the bottom of the market, I wasn't really looking at this pair. Very similar to what we were saying for AU is not something I was expecting to happen. Before price, I was expecting price to fill that gap up before we could continue that push to the top side. But we did the opposite, which again is all good. That could happen. So that's something very similar to what could happen on AUD, USD, and the other pairs that have gaps as well. So right now we already gave 3 weeks of rise. We already have 3 days of rise. We already completed the moves for the day. We completed the moves for the week. I'm not expecting price to continue the push to the top side. I am expecting price to give me a pullback. So for now, GA is just going to be, we're going to keep a close eye on it, but I'm not going to be super attached to it just yet. November. What am I? I'm in the 4 hour. Sorry. Give me 1 second. Alright, so we had 2 weeks of rise. This week being the third week, price just gave us a no net. Alright, what are we trading GCAD? So daily time frame on GCAD, we are in the second level. Right, that second push to the top side. We were in V1. After V1, we got the break of structure, and this is where we started that second push to the top side. We know that I am expecting a pullback to happen with GCAD. So before I could even take a trade on GCAD, I need to see a pullback. We also know that we had lower low, lower high, lower low, change of character, higher high, higher low, and waiting to see if price wants to give me a break of structure to the top side. We have 2 days of rise, but once again, we're at the top of the zone. We don't have a break of structure. Could price turn around and continue that downtrend push? Absolutely. We're pretty much at the highest point right now in level 2 as well. So this is not a pair that I'm going to be looking to take a trade in. No, that engulfing candle is not valid. We don't have a bottom wick on the daily time frame on that red candle. So right now I'm just gonna take a step back on this one. GJ, we're in peak high territory. Once again, this is another pair that we've been talking about for the last 2 weeks. I'm not really gonna be trading this just yet either. We don't have any continuations in the daily time frame. Daily time frame, we're making higher highs and higher lows. In the 4-hour, we're still trading lower low, lower high, lower low. Any of these highs could still be lower highs. We had a week of rise, no continuations just yet, but we're looking good, right? And in the 30-minute, we had 1, 2, 3 days of rise. After 3 days of rise, market must chop or drop. It ended up giving us a drop, and then on Friday, price gave us another day of rise to the top side. Gamma isolation. No engulfing candles, nothing in the daily, nothing in the 4, nothing in the 1. Right now we're just gonna take a step back on GJ and we'll wait it out. What I would say is, I'll keep a very close eye on this area here. If we get a break of these highs, then we can start looking for these trades back to the top side, right? And then if price gives us a break of these lows down here, we already know price is gonna go right back down to the bottom. So right now for GJ, just gonna keep a close eye on it. Nothing too crazy just yet. GU in the daily time frame, we know we are in V1. We're in the first zone of consolidation, looking for that second push to the top side, right? Did we get a break of structure? Yes. Okay, perfect. So we already know we're starting that second push to the top side. Now, again, in level 2, what are we looking for? Level 2, we're looking for price to bounce off the 200 EMA. So for GU, I am expecting price to give me a steeper pullback before we can continue the push to the top side. In the 4-hour time frame, we have no continuations just yet. We could still see price giving us lower lows and lower highs. Give me 1 second to add a few of these lines. Right, and then we have a week of counter drop against the trend in the 4-hour. So nothing yet. We know that we're still making lower lows and lower highs. And in the 30 minutes, same thing. We had lower low, lower high, lower low, and then price gave us a little change of character to the top side here. But again, change of character, is that a confirmation that price is going to continue the uptrend push? No. After the change of character, we need to see the break of structure. We have a day of drop. We have a bullish 4-hour candle. So right now for GU, we just got to be patient. Once again, I am expecting a steeper pullback to happen on GU. So once we get that, that's when I'll start looking to take a trade on GU. US30, we're in peak high territory. Very interesting. So let's talk about US30. So next week, well, this upcoming week, there's going to be a lot of news coming in the market when it comes to the regular stock options. There's a lot of earnings coming out. A lot of supposedly is going to be positive earnings. That's what I've been hearing and what I've been seeing. With that being said, could we expect US30 to continue the push to the top side? Give me 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. Gotta help my sister real quick. With the baby. She just came over the house. But real quick before I go outside, give me just 5 minutes or less than 5 minutes. But could we expect US30 to continue this push to the top side? If earnings are good, I think we can. We're in a point right now with US30. We're in the highest point in the market. We could still see price giving us higher highs, higher lows, and higher highs. We have 3 weeks of rise. After, on the 3rd week, we had a rise drop. Could we expect price to give us another push? Now, this is where I start questioning it, right? Because, yes, even though we have 3 weeks of rise and on the third week we had a rise drop, and usually that's when we expect another push to the top side, the fact that price pushed down so steep and it gave us such a steep pullback, I'm not expecting price to continue to push to the top side. However, right now in the 30-minute time frame, the 30-minute time frame is the only time frame that's giving me confirmations of a change of character, right? We had, just so we could see structure, right? We had higher high, higher low, higher high, boom, change of character, lower low, lower high, right? And then price gave us a break of structure, lower low. So the fact that price gave us in the internal time frames a break of structure after the change of character, could that be the indication that price is going to turn around now and continue the downtrend push? It could happen. It could happen very easily. So, once again, for this pair at this moment, could I be expecting price to continue going short? Could happen. Right? We have another day of drop after we've had so many. But we know we have gaps in the market, so it resets the trend. We had a 4-hour bullish candle. We also know that in the 4-hour time frame, we have a 4-hour engulfing candle. So could we expect price with the news that's going to come out this week? Could we just expect price to do something like this? And then up here, this is where we start the downtrend push? Absolutely. So give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. I'm sorry, guys, I'm back. So for US30, that's what we could be expecting, right? We could be expecting something like this to happen this week. Possibly. Let me also look at Forex Factory, right? Let's take a look at that real quick. So Monday we have no news. We have Canadian news on Monday at 1:30 p.m. So nothing too crazy. We should have a pretty easy Monday. Tuesday we have USD high impact at 10, and then for Wednesday's trading session for AUD we have news at 8:30, right? We have non-farm at 8 in the morning. Thursday we have also high impact at 8:30, and then Friday we have another non-farm, right? It's the first Friday of the month, first Friday of the new week of the trading week, and we have non-farm. So um could be expecting something like that to happen. Will be very interesting to see US30. Now with USDCAD. USDCAD, we're in V2, we're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third and final push to the top side, right? We know that right now we're at the top of the zone of consolidation, not the best spot to look for a trade. But what I like about USDCAD is that it moves counter of US30. So the fact that USDCAD is at the top of the zone and it's still pushing to the top side, and you can see that it's finally breaking above these previous highs that price has rejected and gone down every single time, it's already giving me another confluence and another confirmation of what US30 is planning to do. But we also already know that USDCAD is going to start this uptrend push as well. We had 3 weeks of rise. This week it gave us another week of rise to the top side, but we had a gap last week, so we know that it resets the trend and we just continued. And in the 30-minute time frame, we had 2 days of rise, Friday being the third day. Beautiful 372. Again, the only thing I didn't like about this one personally is the fact that we're at the top of the zone of consolidation. I don't trade tops of the zones of consolidation. Doesn't matter what we're trading. I don't care that we had a 372. I am not trading this, right? I'm not going to be trading USD CAD up until we get that break of structure. Once we get that break of structure, once we get the break of this daily time frame, this daily high, that's when I'll start looking to take a trade. Anything before that, I'm just going to sit it out. Not going to do anything too crazy with that. USDZAR, very similar. We have a day of no net for Friday, just moving sideways. We're still trading higher highs and higher lows in the 4-hour time frame. In the 4-hour time frame, we had a weaker rise last week. This previous week, price gave us a slight rise, 15 pips. Could end on a no net. I'm not going to update this just yet. We'll update this on Monday. And then in the daily time frame, once again, we have 2 months of drop. This month being the third month. We didn't get that third push, but again, that's counter, so I'm not expecting it. But we're still making lower lows and lower highs, as we can see in the 4-hour time frame. So I'm not going to be trading USDZAR until once we get the higher high and higher low. That's when I'll start trading USDZAR. Gold, very similar to US30. We're in peak high territory. This one I'm going to just go buy this real quick. I'm not trading gold just yet. So I'm just going to update our 4-hour time frame. We have 2 weeks of rise. 30-minute, we had higher high, higher low, higher high, change of character, lower low, and we're still trading between the previous high and the low. And we have a gap here at the bottom of the market. So once again, even though we have 2 weeks of rise, I'm not going to be looking for that push to the top side once again, because we have this gap at the bottom of the market. So that's what I'll be aiming to. I'll be aiming to catch the push down to the bottom once we get those confirmations. But as of right now, I'm just going to skip it. We're in peak high territory. I'm not going to do anything too crazy with gold. I'm just going to wait this one out for a little bit, and then I'll start trading it. Bitcoin, daily time frame. We're in V2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third and final push to the top side. Right now, we have a month of rise, which was last month. This month of October, we can see that price wants to finish at the top side, but we'll wait this one out. We'll update this, the daily time frame, at the end of the week. In the 4-hour, we have 3 weeks of rise. On the third week, we had a rise drop. This is perfect. Could we expect this week for price to continue to push to the top side? Absolutely. Right? It could happen. Now, before I could see that happen, what do I want to see? We had lower low, lower high, lower low, change of character. Our confirmation that price is going to continue to push to the top side is going to be if and when price gives us the break of structure after the change of character. So I'll start looking at Bitcoin to take trades once price gives us This push to the top side gives us the break of structure to then continue. Alright, so as of right now, we're just gonna wait that one out. And last but not least, guys, oil. Oil, we're in A1. We're in the first zone of consolidation in a downtrend, looking for that second push to the bottom. We know that we already had multiple months where price was going down, right? Gave us 3 months. This month, price is still here at the bottom, still just waiting it out. In the 4-hour time frame, we're still making lower lows and lower highs, right? We know we're making lower low, lower high, lower low. This could be a lower high up here to continue the lower lows. We had a weaker drop last week. Let me update this really quick. Then price gave us a weaker rise this week that just passed, so no continuations. And in the 30-minute time frame, we're still trading within the zone of consolidation. Right, where we can see where price went to the lows, induced the lows, went to the highs, went to the middle, went to the highs, went to the middle, go back to the high. Right, so right now, just waiting it out. That's pretty much it for today, guys. Any other questions? Any other pairs you guys want me to go over? Let me know. You know, for the ones who are going to be watching the recording as well. Give me 1 second. Let me update this. For the ones watching the recordings, you guys could message me personally again, either here on Discord or on X or Instagram, and I'll answer those questions. We'll also go over this tomorrow morning for the live trading session tomorrow morning. Again, we do these sessions for free every single day, Monday through Friday from 7 to 10 a.m. We do the live trading session, the isolation session Monday through Thursday, 7 to 8 p.m. and then the weekly market breakdown, which is this session on Sunday from 12 to 1. Do you expect USDCAD still going up? I do expect it to go up. USDCAD is in a pretty good spot to continue the uptrend push. However, at this point, I am expecting price to give me a pullback before we could continue the push to the top side. So, am I expecting it to go up? Yes. But before we could continue the push to the top side, I need to see price give us a pullback. So very similar to what price did here, right, where it just gave us a pullback to continue. I'm expecting the same thing here to give me a pullback to then continue again. This is pretty much what I'm expecting for USDCAD. But USDCAD is definitely one of those pairs on my watch list that look the best compared to the other ones. Any other questions, guys? Let me know. I'll give you guys another minute here. If not, we'll be done for today, and we'll be back tomorrow morning for the live trading session.